So I wanted to make this video real quick because of an interesting comment that I just got. As you guys can see, this is my second PC. Okay, let me go show you guys the other one. This is in relation to the new RTX 50 series prices and stuff like that. I'm doing the floor thing that you guys are seeing right now because of privacy reasons, etc. Yeah, long story short. But we are going outside because my second computer that I'm busy getting ready to use as a work computer is outside here. Let me just move the rubbish that the family has acquired and put in front of it because it needs a clean, etc. Now this computer had the i5 4690, etc. inside. Now, I don't know if it works anymore. Actually, I should actually taste it real quick. All right, just want to clean off my hand. There. Now this one had the RTX 2060 in there, and it still has the i5, 16 gigs of RAM. Oh, geez, I had 5 terabytes of hard drives, and the SSD digged underneath the Corsair GS800. This PC, if that situation is fixed, I'm pretty sure that the motherboard died or the CPU. Just swap that out, then I can actually put a GPU in and use it for work. But instead, all of that's coming out, and I'm getting a new Ryzen 5 combo, sticking it in there, and then I'm going balls out with a 4080. I'm still considering 4080, 4070 Ti Super, RX 6900 XT, RTX 3090 if the price is right. Squeezing all of that in here. Power supply is enough, definitely enough. I mean, 800 watts is decent. It's not perfect. I know 1000 watts is what most guys run on those cards sometimes, but meh, I've seen people run it on lower power supplies. Anyway, I might even replace that with one of the Corsair 1000 watt, 1200 watt ones. Anyway, this is in reply to some oak saying, no, you are moaning about the pricing of the RTX 50 series for nothing, and you guys are just broke, because another guy commented that he wants to know if the ARC B580 is a good card, which clearly from the benchmarks, people talking about the drivers, etc., the card is great. So if this was working fully, and I just stuck a B580 in here for work, remember that, for work, and I'm not doing any CPU intensive work, I'm doing admin and stuff, I think this PC would have been fine. Most people who know the 4th gen was very snappy with 16 gigs of RAM. Now I'd even upgrade that to 32, but anyway. But let's say I did that even, that would work. Now the thing is, he misunderstood what I said. And I was laughing at him because he's too stupid to understand that I have two computers. I'm building actually, well, saving up to build a whole new computer, as you can hear. And obviously, if you really want to go balls out, then it's a bit expensive. So let's get on to the topic at hand here. I just wanted to show that actually I'm just going to grab me something proper and stick it in here. I wanted to go for a 4090, but 4090's prices have not dropped in our country, and my country is very expensive. Retailers are asking $2,500 to $2,700 minimum. Now, minimum, that means any custom versions is even more expensive in our country. My country, the house costs a RTX 4090 per month without the water and electricity, and without maintenance, because recently we've been doing a lot of maintenance on the power side of things, lighting side of things. That's minus your car maintenance, which my car got stolen a while ago because we live in a dangerous country. But we have two cars right now. One that's more like for the weekends. It's nothing too fancy, but it's for the weekends, etc., which that's kind of expensive, etc. Now, the new RTX series, the 50 series, the 5080 and 5090, will be $1,500 estimated so far, up to $2,500 for the 5090 with 32 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of VRAM. Now, the problem here is that is insanely expensive for 16 gigs and even 32 gigs. There's people still arguing about the VRAM thing. I retorted to the VRAM argument with 5 different current UE5 games, destroying the 4090, getting less than 60 FPS if you go 4K, and at 1440p it's at 90 FPS to 60 FPS. That's a card that less than a year ago could get hundreds of FPS at 4K. Let that sink in, and that's not 2025, 2026, or 2027 games. That means that 32 gigs, that small 8 gigs of VRAM is nothing. It won't really mean anything. A lot of people argued with me when I moaned about the VRAM amounts in 2020/2021, because people seem to forget that the RX 6000 series was a bit later than RTX 30 series. And I said the 10 gigs on the 3080 is going to be a problem. It's already a problem. It was a problem in 2023. That's 2 years. It's not 4 years like we're used to, or 3.5 years that we're used to of longevity for certain cards. Although the 1080 Ti just keeps on chugging along. But those are outlier cards. That's what I'm getting at. And let me just swap this around. I'll take this inside in a little bit and actually just check it powers on still, because obviously I'm not using it right now. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go up top there. I'm going to sit down. But anyway, so longevity is nothing these days. And what the big problem is with that is everybody keeps having to buy more expensive graphics cards from the get-go, or even PC parts in general. And let me actually do this. I'm going to sit in my spot where my other videos are. All done. Wait, let me actually do something first. Okay, so what I meant with this whole video is just to tell that guy, one, he's stupid for assuming and trying to flex on me, as well as probably 100 other people that was just talking about the ARC B580 as it's a very good card, especially if you consider how much cheaper it is than the 50 series, especially the 5060, that will still have 8 gigs of VRAM. So I just wanted to show 2 computers. One is being that I'm saving up for just to use for workspace. That's why I asked for about the B590, if there might be that kind of card from Intel. Because if that card has 16 gigs and it competes with the 4070 Ti or the Ti Super, or even better, then it's a great value for card in comparison with the $1,500 to $2,500 5080 and 5090s. Especially if it's just for work. I'm going to buy that just because I can. That's the point I'm trying to make here. And this guy trying to flex, he didn't really flex fully because he didn't go on a rant and say, oh, I have a 4090 or dual 4090 setup and Ryzen 7 9800X3D setup with 128 gigs of DDR5, 8200 megahertz or something crazy like that. If he went that way, I would have been like, really, this dude is just making himself be a knob more, but he's already a knob. So I just wanted to make this video just to show. I don't really need the performance right now. I'm enjoying a little bit older games right now, and I can still play these UEF5 games. I think I'll test Stalker 2 when I finish downloading it soon. I'll download it, start downloading it today, and then test it, because I was actually waiting for the patches, because I instantly knew that it will need work, and I was correct. But you guys understand what I'm trying to get at. The point of this video is just to kind of throw it in that guy's face and be like, listen, the house is expensive already. I'm not gonna buy a 4090 or equivalent new GPU, the 5090, just because I want to play a few games. I'm not gonna do that. That's irresponsible for anybody over the age of 20. Somebody 18, 19, that's just out of school, that's maybe doing like a summer job or a small temp jobby, that's still fine. You can splurge a bit, because if the family's there and they're at least supportive and stuff, yeah, and if you're from there, just understand that that was a bad buy. It's a lesson. It's a life lesson to go through. Although I really encourage people these days to not do stuff like that, but anyway. So my main point of this video was just to show that guy that he's a bit stupid. I'm buying a new car in January, So again, my money's going towards a car. It's not going towards a graphics card or even a new system, because a decent system will cost around $3,500 if you convert it. Crazy thing is, housing, as I explained earlier, costs around about that price these days for 3 or 4 people. That means it's very stupid to buy these extremely expensive things, even if it's your hobby. That's really irresponsible. The main comment that I was commenting on, that this whole video got inspired by, was just a guy asking about the B580 on the RTX 50 series video. And the reason why is people do not have the money. And the guys who do are guys who don't have other hobbies like me. I have cars, I have car sound, I have pro audio. Pro audio is not really a hobby of mine. It's actually my work. It's my second job. So yeah, and pro audio destroys anything price-wise if you want to flex on pricing, with pricing in any sense. Pro audio is a million times more expensive. Go search up the price for L acoustics or void acoustics for anything of this. You will get destroyed. You will get so shocked. However, that doesn't mean it's a flex. That means it's a tool to work with. Better tools cost more, yes. However, there's always better value for money. And this is what this kid or person was asking about. The Intel Arc B580. I'm not going to call it Arc. I agree with Tech City that it shouldn't be called Arc, because Arc is synonymous with bad. It should be called the Intel B580, just out of the gate. If there's a B590, and we know the B570 10 gig is there, the 10 gig will be absolute entry level for anybody. But B580 will be the budget banger, and it's been kicking ass. It's competing with the RX 6700 XT and 6750 XT quite well. However, it sucks that we are in this position that VRAM is a problem right now. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to show this video because I'm like, what? And I can actually just show my subwoofer here. And if this guy has any brains, but the problem is he didn't read the comments. He didn't. He was just commenting stupid stuff to a lot of people, acting all high and mighty, like he is the only guy that has a 4090 in the world, etc. There's always a bigger fish. And with money, that's even more true. And then if you always flex on people with money, then at some point that will get taken away, or somebody will show you up. And a lot of these guys, the egos are fragile. The egos are very fragile. And if another guy pops up with a very special edition RTX 5090 with a bajillion pieces of gold on top, and it's like $5,000, that guy's ego will get crushed. Oh no. So I just wanted to make this video because I dislike people that flex fancy things. In fact, it's one of the reasons why I'm frustrated with the situation that I'm in with the sound, car audio side. Sorry, car audio, not sound. I love sound on audio. People who know me really know I've defended them many times, because there's this air of jealousy around anybody who doesn't own Sundown. And I don't know why. Fire Audio, freaking crazy, and their stuff looks so well built. It's just as expensive, just as nice. In fact, it's arguable which is better. All of these subs are so close, and these brands are so close, etc. So it's stupid to be like one is just more fancy and you are just being a flexer all damn time if you use one of these. And I learned over the last few years, people didn't see me being able at that point in time when I didn't have cash, me saving up and buying that sub because it's rare in this country, etc. They didn't see it as a sign that anything is possible. You should work for what you want, and rather work and then buy what you want, not baby steps the whole time or cutting corners. It's more so cutting corners. They didn't see that as an inspiration to climb the ladder. They saw it as, I'm a snob, and I don't know. It's just this jealousy popped up. And when a few drama incidents happened this year and last year, it exposed this. And I was like, Is that really the view that I'm giving across? Like, is that the image I'm giving across to people? Is that what they see of me when I'm just being like, here's the sundown doing a demo? Meanwhile, I don't understand it. But then I realized, I was like, no matter what you do, if people got pissed about you running this, they're going to be pissed if I run anything. If I run one of the local brands, they're going to be pissed. If I ran a DDZ, they would be 10 times more pissed, because it's a very unattainable sub in our country, because it's a very expensive piece of gear. I think it's $4,000, $4,500. And I remember I almost bought two a while ago. I had the money, everything. I almost bought them. And I didn't, because I said it's not going to achieve the goal that I wanted. At that time, I didn't want to get super loud. I wanted something that will get very low. This was just before I bought the Sundown. So a huge chunk of my money went to the Sundown, and the rest towards the Pro Audio. And it's a godsend that I did that. So yeah, guys, whenever you see somebody flexing like this, check them. Check them. It's really, only with cars I think it's something you can really do. But even then, I don't advocate for it. I really don't. Stay modest, stay humble. Money and objects and stuff, it's not going to be there when you're dead. Don't give a crap about this crap. And that's why I hate the culture that we are in. If you don't have the best, nicest, fanciest things, you are nobody. Especially if you don't have a house in Mauritius that you fly to every weekend, if you don't have G-Wagons and Bugattis, Lamborghinis everywhere, you are nobody. If you're not driving with sound now, if you don't have the best local gear, I'm going to say it straight, like the best local gear, because anything other than that, people just look at you like a snobbistic piece of shit for some odd reason, which is dumb, then you are nobody. And I dislike that. I like budget bangers. That's why years back, Team Base SA, I don't remember if I remember the channel correctly. He will know exactly, everybody who knows him will know exactly what I'm talking about. His old channel, reviewing and doing crazy numbers SPL wise with small budget gear from the local market, was really inspiring. So yeah, guys, just wanted to share this video real quick because I was like, what the hell. Cheers.